Hey guys, it's AlicexLockhart. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a full face trying out brand new makeup. I found a bunch of makeup from Fry's Electronics. It's a huge electronics store. I was wandering around and I found an end cap with a bunch of discounted makeup, and there is just something about cheap makeup that I've never tried before that I just get really optimistic about, and I want to try and I want to experiment with it. We have a lip palette, some eye pencils, a concealer palette. This contour palette looks really promising. Some color correction and concealer, and then an eye palette. So I thought it would be fun to try all this stuff out in a video. It's either gonna be awesome, work out really well, or it's gonna suck and it'll be funny, whatever. Let's do it. They didn't have any primer, so I'm just gonna quickly prime. The first thing I'm going to try is the color correcting and concealer stuff, and I forgot to mention the brand. All this stuff is the same brand. It's called Profusion. I've never heard of them before. I wasn't really even able to swatch any of this stuff in the store, so hopefully it's good. It's very affordable, like drugstore. So let's open this up. Imitation beauty blenders that seem very hard. We'll see how that works out. And then we've got a color correction palette. I'm going to get my little beauty blenders wet, and I'll be right back. The big one is still really, really hard. The small one's kind of okay, but the big one is so hard, and I don't think I'll be able to use that, but I'll still try it. This is the color correcting palette. The yellow one neutralizes yellow undertones and helps brighten dull skin. I don't know how yellow neutralizes yellow, but okay. The peach neutralizes blues for under the eyes. The green is for breakouts, and then the purple brightens purple undertones. Purple? No, that doesn't seem to make sense. I'm gonna put some of this peach one under my eyes. It's a little dry, so I'm just going to put a couple drops of argan oil in there to help it out a little bit. And now I'm gonna go in with the green, put that on some of these little breakouts that I have going on my cheeks, because there's some redness there. Alright, now I'm gonna attempt to blend this out with this incredibly hard blending sponge. It's almost like it's just picking up the product, like it's taking it off my face. I'll try the little one. The peach color does seem to match my skin tone, and there was no foundation, and there's also no color that matches me in the concealer palette, so I'm going to be using the peach all over my face for foundation. For that, I'm just going to dip in with a big brush like this and get some on there and put it all over my face. It smells weird. Not sure what that smell is, but it has a smell. So supposedly all of this stuff is cruelty-free. I've already hit the bottom. Alright, so foundation's done. Next step is concealer, and it has a bunch of shades in there, a little mirror, some brushes. I think it's really cute. I think this was like 12 bucks. Unfortunately, none of these really look like a good contour color. So I think I'll try this one right here, the second to darkest. It's also really dry and waxy. Just gonna drop in some oil to help with that. I'm just gonna do the tiniest bit because this is a really dark and very warm contour color. And now I'm just going to blend that out with the brush, because I think that would be best. This stuff blends nicely, it's just obviously too warm. And now I'm just going to grab some of this light highlight shade right here to highlight certain areas of my face. Now I'm just carefully blending that in with a brush. I'm not using the sponge just because that did not seem to be working with this product. So it's so waxy, it's like waterproof, so the sponge really wasn't working. It's not bad. Now we're gonna set this, and I've got this contour palette right here. This is the main reason why I wanted to do this little experiment, because this contour palette looks very promising. It comes with some brushes, but the shades in here look almost exactly like my Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette. So here they are side by side, the Kat Von D and then the Profusion one right here. They look pretty similar, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face with this peach shade. Hopefully it's not too dark. It's a little too dark. I'm just gonna go super light with it, just to kind of sop up some of this really liquidy stuff on my face. Next, I'm gonna contour my face, and I'm gonna try using this shade right here. I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit with the brush that it came with in the same shade that I was using before. I'm going to move on to the eyes now, and we'll do highlight later. So this is what the eye palette looks like. Comes with a mirror and a bunch of shades, some brushes, some brow powder, and some more concealer, and a little eyeshadow primer. The only weird thing is that the brunette brow powder is lighter than the blonde brow powder. So maybe that was just a mistake. But for my brows, I'm going to be going in with this brown gel liner right here. I will not be using the brush that it came with though, because this is not a brush that you do your eyebrows with. Sorry. So I'm just going to grab my normal brow brush and dip into this brown gel liner right here. I really like this stuff for brows so far. It's really smooth and it's not too dry, and it's kind of like thin. It's not too pigmented too, which sounds crazy, but you don't want your brow stuff to be too pigmented. You know, you still want to maybe be able to see your skin through it, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go in with the black gel liner just to add some definition in certain areas, like the end and then the top right here where there's kind of like no hair. Alright, I think that's good enough. Love this stuff for brows. It's awesome with this little Michaels brush. Amazing. Like, I might like it better than my Anastasia and my ColourPop because it's so thin. Unfortunately, there's no mascara, so I can't lock these in place. So I'm just gonna use a drugstore mascara. The only thing I'm wondering about this gel liner though is it gonna dry? Like, is it going to dry down? Am I gonna be able to like touch my brow and not have any stuff come off? I guess we'll see. Next, I'm gonna go in with their little eyeshadow primer. It smells like lotion. Oh, I almost forgot. I want to clean up around my brows with a little bit of the concealer. Oh, that's really yellow. Alright, I think this is the most Instagram-y my eyebrows have ever looked. So we've already got our eyeshadow base down. It's really hard to be holding this up without like sticking my fingers in all of the stuff because it's double-sided. But anyway, we've got our base down on our eyelids, and now I'm going to go in with a light shade and set that. This one is called High Beam. Just going to put that underneath as well, because my under eyes are kind of moist from all of that concealer. Literally sticking my hands in that gel liner. Next, I'm going to take this shade right here, Celebrity, and I'm going to pop that in my crease. And I'm bringing that on the lower lash line as well. Next, I'm going to darken up the crease a little bit with this color right here, Tricky. I'm going to take a teensy bit of that same color and put it on my lower lash line close to the lashes. There is literally no fallout. There's no fallout on the palette or on my face, which is like really surprising. Okay, so I just did my first cut crease ever. That was pretty nerve-wracking. I'm gonna attempt to do the other eye. And this brush seems to be pretty good for it. It's a little Wet n Wild concealer brush. The secret for this is definitely to set the brush down and then just pull, and then lift it back up and then set it down again and pull again. So kind of, I don't know if I'm explaining this well. I think it looks pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna set this concealer before it transfers and gets up onto the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna grab High Beam, which was that same light shade that I set my entire lid with, and I'm gonna gently pack that onto the concealer. Now I'm grabbing some of the black gel liner and the brush that came with the palette, and I'm going to recreate this shockingly perfect winged liner on the other eye. Alright, and now I'm just going to quickly set that liner with a little bit of Lights Out, which is a matte black shadow from the palette. Next, I'm going to pop some color into my waterline. I've never actually seen this before. These are a shimmery metallic-y eyeliner pencil. I mean, maybe I have. I just have never thought of putting it in my waterline before, but I'm going to go in with this one. It's called Creamy Beige. Alright, so unfortunately this black liner doesn't dry and it transferred up onto the crease area, so I'm just going to put some more black on there in attempt to prevent it from doing that. So next I'm just going to curl my lashes really quick. Fry's didn't have any mascara, so I'm just going to use my own. While my mascara dries, I'm going to get my lashes ready, and I'm going to use these Ardell Mega Volume 251. Alright, I totally just put the wrong lash on the wrong side. Next, I'm going to pop some fake freckles on with the darker shade from the contour palette. Also never done fake freckles before, so let's see how it goes. So what I'm doing is I'm basically taking this little eyeliner brush right here. I've already tested it out on my hand, and I dip in with the product, tap it on my face, and then I take my finger. By touching it with your finger, some of it gets on your finger, and then you can kind of like tap all over to create more. Just trying to make it look natural-ish, you know? And since there's no blush with any of this stuff, I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Mellow Wine blush. To highlight my face, I'm going to grab the lighter highlight shade from the contour palette. Okay, so lastly is lips, and I'm going to use the little matte lip palette that I got. Comes with all of these little shades and a little brush. I'm going to do this orange shade right here because I kind of hate all the other ones. And there we have it. Here's the finished look. Full face using all makeup found at Fry's Electronics. Full face using Profusion makeup, I guess it's what we should call it. What I think is the best product out of the lot, I'm gonna say, is the contour palette, because I could totally see myself using this. The highlight shades are great, the contour shades are great. My least favorite thing is the concealer palette and the color correcting palette were pointless. Those beauty blenders were horrible. I would definitely pass on those. I actually like the eye palette. The only problem that I had was, oh, that's a concealer palette. Where's the eye palette? The eye palette was pretty good. I like the shadows. I can totally see myself trying out all of these other crazy colors that are in here. At first I really liked the liner, especially for brows, but it doesn't dry down all the way, which is not good. That's not good for liner at all. It's just gonna transfer. The eye pencils, not the most pigmented eye pencil I've ever used, but I really like the idea of a metallic eyeliner in the waterline. And then lastly, the lip palette. Don't really like the colors that it came with. Just don't really like regular lipsticks in general, so this is just okay. But a lot of this stuff is pretty okay. Other than that, I'm happy with this look. I hope you guys had fun with this video and enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.